What is going on, guys? Nathan here with a video on kind of explaining the process on how to upload a video, what I do personally. This video is pretty much for a friend, but I figured I would upload it to my channel anyway, just so people can kind of find out what it takes to make a YouTube video, which it's not that hard, but it is pretty time consuming. So basically what you need for PC gaming is recording software and video editing software. Now it should be noted that video editing software, in the most technical terms, is not needed, but it is almost essential. I mean, if you're not using video editing software, then you definitely are not producing quality videos, because that means you cannot put in an intro, adjust, settings, effects. You can't trim the video down, make the video size smaller to decrease uploading times, stuff like that. So pretty much video editing software is essential for all practical purposes, but in the most technical sense, it really isn't. So what do you need to record and upload a video? Well, recording software, which I use DxTory, as you guys might have seen in one of my previous videos on DxTory versus Fraps. DxTory, well, it's basically just the program. I'm not going to go through the program because that would take forever, but basically you just open up your recording program, and then you launch whatever game you're going to do. So let's do like Team Fortress 2, and I'm not going to launch it and record anything because Steam files, and also I feel that it would be just a waste of you guys' time just watching somebody launch a game. So basically, we're going to skip over the process of actually recording the game, because you simply press a button, it records, and then you're fine. So instead, we're going to use a sample here. If I go into raw videos, this is a Smite gameplay that I recorded with an experimental Cupid playstyle. So we're going to go ahead and open up our video editing program. I personally like Sony Vegas. I have Sony Vegas 9 and Sony Vegas 11, and a lot of people do Premiere, but it's kind of personal preference, really. Sony Vegas to me is a lot more user friendly, and I don't really want to experiment with Premiere, even though it might be better. I just don't want to have to learn an entirely new program. So pretty much you're just going to create a new project. We'll just do ASDF. I'm sure I already have a program or a project with that name because I'm lazy. And then you'll just do, well, for this program specifically, it's just Americas and Japan, because you're going to be uploading it mainly for America. Internet video, and then finish. So now you just got your basic project started. So simply, we will drag and drop this clip. Otherwise, you can just, alright, we'll go here. Alright, otherwise you can just do project import media and then choose your file here, which I'll actually do for my intro, for example. So then you simply just drag and drop these clips onto the track. Now here's your basic video. Now here's where all of the editing comes in and where it all starts. A lot of the first thing you're going to want to adjust is your audio volumes, but typically for me personally, I adjust resample, because in Sony Vegas for some reason it automatically puts on resample as a default. You definitely always want to disable resample, guys, because otherwise it will do something called frame rate smoothing, and it looks terrible. Like, it's hard to explain just in like a couple of seconds, but basically just make sure to disable resample. So now we've got our default video here, and let's just kind of preview what it will sound like. Okay. So far, the audio sound, the audio tracks sound pretty much the same in terms of volume. But one cool trick that I typically use, so like let's go to like a busier part of this video where there's a lot of action going on. Oh yeah, that's right, there's copyright music. Okay, my bad. So, forgot about that, but if there is copyrighted music, I'm actually going to have to delete this track and delete all of the game sound, leaving only my microphone recording, which I'll also delete because it'd be just pointless to have microphone sound in the video. But otherwise, one cool trick that I was going to show off, either way, as I just press Ctrl-Z a couple of times. So for example, if I want this audio line to be about the same volume as this one, what you can do is you go to the top of the audio track, drag down the gain so that these little like sound wave little line things look about the same size as this one. Otherwise, what I typically do is just drag this over to about plus 4 decibels, being my intro is typically about 4 decibels more quiet than when I record my voice or something. So that's what I usually do, but that's just a lot easier than dragging like an entire commentary's decibel level down, because for some reason you can't drag this up. So that's basically just the audio stuff. Now in terms of video, what I just do typically is I just add in a little fade here, which you can just do simply by mousing over to the corner of the track. And if I get my cursor out of here, then you can just set a fade like so, and I typically do about 2 seconds. 1 to 2 seconds is usually fine. So we go like, yeah, see, that looks a lot better. And then pretty much after that, you can add in effects. In Sony Vegas specifically, you just simply click this like effect thing and like chroma keying. Let's just do like a chroma key. If I do add and then OK, or you can just press OK, that's fine either way. Then you click the color dropper, and let's just say I want to take out, I don't know, the freaking floor or something. So now technically the floor, or all colors that I selected will be transparent, but it does look darker in this preview because the absence of a clip is black, and if the absence of a clip was white, then it would look really white. So don't be fooled by the whole transparency. But so like cropping is one that I use a lot more than like effects. So like let's just say if I wanted to go from let's see, like 10 seconds in, I wanted to rotate it a couple of times, and we'll just go like that. And then now in the beginning, the clip will be rotating. So that's just basic editing stuff. That's pretty much all that I use personally. And then, so for example, we'll just drag a fade here. And then we will record something, which you basically arm the track for record. You press Control R for Sony Vegas. I don't know what it is for other programs. So Control R, and I'm talking right now, as you can see. We'll just preview that. So Control R, and I'm talking right now, as you can see. So there you go. Like, yeah, the audio lines are just about even. So that's pretty much fine. And big tip for new YouTubers, like a lot of the video submissions I'm seeing on Community of TF2 is that like they're new YouTubers and they can't adjust their audio volumes like correctly. So big tip for people starting out is like make sure your audio volumes are good. Make sure the gameplay sound, if you're gonna have gameplay sound, is really quiet. I typically go about 15 to 16 decibels back, right about there. So yeah, that's typically what I do, and it really depends on how much gameplay volume you want, but typically you want it more quiet than more loud. And then the final step, once you've got all your editing and stuff, if you want to split your clips or drag it be faster, so like this would be faster, or you could whoa, that looks really weird. I don't know why it's rotating. You just hold Control and then, I don't know, do whatever. But pretty much, if you want to learn more about Sony Vegas specifically, just like Google stuff. That's pretty much how I learned. And so let's say we've got our video here with all of the effects and stuff that we wanted. Let's just say we have some music down here. It's looking all good. A good montage of Smite. And then you just go to Project Make Movie. This is the rendering process. And then you want to browse for your folders, so I go to video stuff, and then RTU, video stands for ready to upload. It is going to be named ASDF. Save, and then you'll want to find your template. For me, 1080p WMV doesn't work on YouTube. That's why it had that whole black bar problem a couple of weeks back. So now I just do 6 megabyte per second, 720p, and don't worry about the megabyte per megabyte. I keep saying metabyte for some reason, but megabyte per second. You know, anything above 6 is fine. Yeah, you don't really want to do 360p. You always want HD if possible. So then you pretty much don't have to worry about this stuff. Just make sure it's like render loop only. I think default Sony Vegas, you have to like highlight your entire like clip that you want to render, and then you have to check render loop region only. Otherwise, it will render everything if you've got like 2 videos on a project or something that you just want to render one. And then you don't really have to worry about this stuff. I don't know, I've never really messed with that stuff. And then you just press next, and then it'll start rendering, and my computer will probably blow up because I'm rendering a video and recording something. But then you'll have like a certain time, so like this video, which is like roughly 17 minutes long, will probably take me roughly half an hour. But then on the flip side, an 18-minute video uploading, since I have a crappy upload speed, will probably take me like 2 hours or even 3 hours. It's pretty ridiculous. So usually the reverse for most people with fast internet speeds is that they can render slowly and upload fast, whereas mine it's render fast, upload slow. So that's pretty much what I go through for making a YouTube video, making a commentary. Is mostly just recording these audio files, making sure the volume is in sync, and, you know, adding a couple of fades here and there, maybe putting some text over here if I messed up or something. And that's pretty much how you make a video, or not really commentary specifically, but just a video, basic stuff. And yeah, once again, I was making this for a friend just so he can get the concept of like what you have to do to make a video like in Sony Vegas and everything. And yeah, so that's pretty much the video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and feel free to rate it and subscribe, and peace out.